why single men are hated. The reason why is because as a man, if you don't have anything holding you down or holding you back, even if you remain single, you can still attain greatness. It's still a possibility for you. It's still in the cards. As a man, you're self-sufficient, whether you choose to work or not. The fact is, it's always an option for you to put in the time, to put in the hard work, and achieve financial freedom, to achieve some form of wealth, to get in on some business deal, to make a difference financially in your life, the life of your family. The ability to grind and push through is an ability that really only men have. Historically, men have always been the ones to be the breadwinners, to be the ones who go out and face the danger and come home the hero. Never before in our time have we ever seen women be able to do such. And it is in my opinion that if we do see it, then what we're seeing is a cleverly laid out illusion. We're basically seeing a lie. A single man is not the same as a single woman. A single man has the ability to easily get into shape. And when I say easily get into shape, I mean you could be morbidly obese as a man. And in the span of about 6 months, you can get into dime, six-pack shape without even trying. Your metabolism is naturally that high as a man, specifically as a so-called black man. You just run hotter than most. Women cannot eat for a week and not lose a pound. The reality is, a single man is hated because of his ability, because of his excellence, because of his natural verve. A man excelling has a natural zest for life, a natural ability to succeed, an ability to be charismatic in all situations, to get his point across without yelling or screaming, and yet the truth that comes out of his mouth can cut deeper than any knife. Men are hated in this society because a man always has the option to achieve, whereas women don't. After a certain amount of time, a woman is literally X'd out of the game. Society tells you that men die first, that men are naturally unhealthy, and that for some reason, men who have larger brains, generally larger bodies, if they're not closely watched and closely monitored, well, they'll self-destruct. However, history doesn't show that. What we see when we look at society is a society that literally has aligned itself with an unnatural force that is literally pointing the barrel of the gun at every man. We see the draft. We see jobs not being offered. We see scholarships retracted. We see opportunities lost. We see a prison industrial complex that thrives on the backs of slaves, men who come to them in droves for all manner of reasons, some without even necessarily even committing an actual crime, simply being in the wrong place at the wrong time, because the society is working against men. And it hates single men. Essentially, if you're a single man, you are the ultimate target. You are the one that they want. Because you are not shackled to a parasite. You're not shackled to a woman. You're not shackled to children. You're not entangled with all this drama. And if you do choose to participate in such, if you do choose to get in on it, well, you're coming in a bit lighter than everybody else because you don't have anything holding you down. So there's going to be a bit more spry in your step. You're going to be a bit faster on the draw. because you're not weighed down with the drama and the chaos of everyday life that is geared towards evil against you. Why does society hate single men? They hate us for our potential. They hate us even more when we succeed. The idea of a single man living in a $3 million loft that he paid for with cash, didn't sign a mortgage, didn't go into debt for, well, that's offensive to the United States government. That's really offensive to any government. Because as a man, this is something that's not in the cards for you. What kind of sense does it make for cars to be the natural vehicles used for transportation, and yet a car in itself is unaffordable? A brand new car will run you about anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000, and that's the low end. And that is not a small sum of money. As a single man, you can make that easily. So what they've done is they've enabled women to essentially go out and commit crimes, to sell their bodies. And if they choose to do it, and if they're caught by the law, well, they're not the one who's going to be charged. No, they can't be charged for doing anything. Society is here for them. They're going to charge you as a man and say that you're the client, and what you're doing, trying to make a purchase, well, that's wrong. You shouldn't be allowed to spend your money in this manner. So they're going to take your money, and then they're going to take you, and they're going to try to destroy you because they're hated. And that's what society is. It is hate. It's a systemic racism. It's a very visible bias. It's pure evil. And it's not aimed anywhere but at you as a black man. They want you to be the fall guy. They want you to be the mistake. And they want you to pay for it. And then after you're done paying for it, they want you to continue paying for everything else for the rest of your life without having 2 pennies to rub together. A single man is not burdened by any of that. Even the Book of Remembrance says, the righteous man will avoid the snares. A righteous man. I look at some of my friends and I see the lives that they've led, and I see the doom coming. And it's coming for them. One misstep, one missed payment, it's all over. I've had friends where I've had to let them spend the night at my house. One friend, I had to let him stay at my house for a week until he got paid. Just because this system decided that it wanted to supposedly accidentally take the child support payment a couple weeks early. The reality is, as a single man, and you have no rights. The society is not for you. And everything here is working against you to kill you, to destroy you, to work you to death, and then throw you out when you're done. I just saw an article the other day, and it was all about how babies are being used to fuel hospitals. And we all know that the aborted fetuses are being used for something. But now we're living in times when we're able to figure out and find out what that is. And we're living in times where you can hear women openly say, kill all men, men need to die, death to all men. And no one asks why. No one questions their motives. Even when we have abortions, specifically abortions targeted at us, the so-called black men, at record highs, going far past that of any genocide known to man. The reality is, the reason why society hates men is because in men, life is created. In a man, potential All the gifts that the Most High had to bestow, he decided to bestow them upon us as men, specifically us as so-called black men. And everywhere we go and everywhere we live, every other race of people attempts to emulate us. They want to be like us. They want to talk like us. They want to live their lives as if they are us. They want to know us so they can kill us and then say that they are us. And that's what we've seen throughout history. And that's what we're seeing to this day. You see some little white boy trying to talk with some slang, he's trying to act like he got some swag, trying to be cool. But in the back of his little dirty white mind is hate. And it's a systemic hate, passed down from his filthy mother to his dirty white father to him. And then it's thrown and aimed and targeted at us, the ones that they want to be the victims, because they know that once they take their boots off our necks, well, only death is waiting for them. So they have no choice. They can try to hold on for as long as they can, or they can literally take their boot off of a man's neck and see what happens to theirs. Something to think about. Peace.